Yeah, this is the type of garbage that we see. When it comes to talking about certain groups and races, we notice the barriers and the different shit, but the shit still go on. Such as we see in Africa with the Arab slave trade and many other things that go on over there with the Europeans and everybody flocking to Africa. But in the meantime, while they flocking to take and beat up on the African people to take their shit and take it over and rule and all of this and that. When you talk about that, that seems to be a huge problem to get past, even just to get it out there. Such as what we're seeing in this situation here. You know what I'm saying? They threatening her because she's talking about white privilege in America, but that has been. And the racism bullshit in their society has continued. Hasn't it? So, what is the problem about talking about it or bringing forth a overstanding to have a dialogue about the situation? Same thing we see with this anti-Semitic piece of garbage they keep trying to tell people to do. The anti-Semitic ain't nothing to do with a violent person doing violence. That's violent people that you need to put a check into and make sure that they don't be doing that bullshit to begin with. This has nothing to do with anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? If people are doing that, it's based on the fact that the truth is not being revealed in itself, and the liars maintain their position and their abuse and their fucking destruction in the matter. That is what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because black people cannot be anti-Semitic because you took them from Africa or facilitate a business with the kings and the different and kidnap or whatever you did and brought the African people, and those that were already here, you did the same thing too. So how in the world can black people be anti-Semitic is very unusual to me. But the United Federation of Teachers, you know what I'm saying, which represented, you know what I'm saying, more than 190,000 teachers. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Paraprofessional educators and child care workers in the boroughs had planned the viral, holding the weight of whiteness seminar for 4 to 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying? 4 to 6 p.m. before it was postponed over blowback from politicians and online commentators. Imagine that. Talking about misinformation and disinformation. One thing, you cannot make something real that isn't real. Many of these groups and race of people are trying to make what they're doing real. They're living a lie completely and causing mad destruction on human life for many, many years. Like I said, as you see in Africa and right here in America as well. And all over the world as a whole on this globe. They've been stomping out and trying to come against the people, the dark-skinned people especially, for some reason or the other, so they can keep power superiority, raid your shit, say they you and you them. You can't steal my identity, you know what I'm saying, and then try to give me yours. Because when you look at the scientific or genetical understanding of the facts, it doesn't match up. So, somebody is lying very badly. And this meeting needs to go on. There should be no stoppage of that meeting at all. You see what I'm saying? Some people do not want the dialogue or this to come full circle where the truth is revealed. You know what I'm saying? We still running with the same old garbage tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But the Pentagon chief, you know what I'm saying, coming in, we see the Pentagon chief has leaned in on some things, you know what I'm saying, and we're going to see on the news what did he lean in on. But we see this is coming from, look like Elaine Michaels 2 days ago. We got Mr. Austin Powers up there. Oh yeah, the Pentagon chief, Biden and creepy ass Biden administration should notify Congress earlier on deadly Syria attacks. See how they're having war all over the place? Continuous war all over the world. But we see Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, which should be telling them to quiet down with this, he on a strategical thing of keeping this thing going. What is this? What is the war in Syria really all about? Is what people need to investigate and investigate the truth, not the hearsay and propaganda and wordplay. But we see Austin on Tuesday, concealed, no, concede, that the Creep Joe administration, Creepy Joe Biden administration should have notified Congress earlier than it did about the deadly drones attack on U.S. forces in Syria last week. You know what I'm saying? Why should he do that when he down with their bullshit somewhere in the deep state? You know what I'm saying? You should know that. You know what I'm saying? The admission comes after several Senate Armed Services Committee Republicans, admonished Pentagon leaders for, not quickly notifying Congress of the Iran-backed attack that killed an American contractor and plans for a, retaliatory strike, calling the delay. More than 13 hours passed before the 6:38 a.m. drone attack, and lawmakers being notified around 8 p.m. on Thursday local time. The same time, U.S. officials also told lawmakers, what how do I say that word? Retaliatory? Look like more like retaliatory. You know what I'm saying? Pre-preparations. You know what I'm saying? It is unacceptable that no one informed the Senate, of this attack in a timely manner. Ranking member Senate Rogers Wicker, a Republican of Mississippi, said during a committee hearing. So we see, but it still leads to the same thing: war. When it comes to these demon Democrats all over our planet, this is beginning to get very annoying. That every time we turn around, America's involved in somebody else's country, invading the country, but calling it some kind of chumped up war. And giving some form of justification, of a tyrant leader that you appointed and knocked out the other leader and put his ass in there, or this and that an agreement. Why must it always be war and attacks and all of this and that, and a contract over there losing his life? He didn't go over there to get his head blown off. You know what I'm saying? Video shows state lawmakers being arrested after telling police they did not have authority. Oh, so they being arrested after they told them. Well, let's look into that. We see this one come by Abe Asher one day ago, coming off the Independent. You know what I'm saying? But we see lawmakers being arrested after telling police they did not have the authority. When Oklahoma Representative Dean Davis was confronted by police officers outside of an Oklahoma City bar in the early hours of Thursday morning, he thought he had the perfect response. A section of the state constitution that says lawmakers shall be privileged from arrest during a session of the legislators. You know what I'm saying? You can't detain me, Mr. Davis, a Republican, told police sergeant in an argument captured by police body cams footage and obtained by the Washington Post. The police sergeant, Timothy Brewer, was not impressed with Mr. Davis' legal reasoning. I can, I can, I am right now. I am right now, Mr. Bowers responds. I can, and I am right now, Mr. Bowers responded. As he took the lawmaker into custody. Well, anybody that thinks they're above the law don't seem to have much of a sense to the law at all. I'm not above the law, and we should not. You cannot be completely over the law, because if you're above the law, then you're able to get away with the same shit we see going on in our country right here today, and in foreign countries as well, with invasions and all kinds of other shit into the country. Admit a trumped up fucking charge of war. Let's just be honest. But we see the creep Joe Biden administration silent amid growing concerns from lawmakers over rapid development of AI technology. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they should be. Because what we're seeing is going to be not very good for human life. This is coming in by Kyle Morris, 5 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, Fox News on the Post. When we see this matter. But we see here where the creep Joe Biden administration is silent about whether it has concerns over a rapid development of artificial intelligence AI, or whether it believes it should be federally regulated, as both demon Democrats and Republican lawmakers, as well as some tech moguls, urge the government intervention. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to intervene, period. Because, like I said, who's to stop them from using that to enslave individuals is a very good question. And what is the answer to that question, we may ask? What is the protection of human life from this beastly garbage that you've seen, and then have the nerve to make a movie called The Matrix, actually showing what that really can do to human population and completely destroy a whole array of civilizations across the planet, as we see. But we see here when reached for comments about the issue on Wednesday morning, White House Press Secretary Catherine Jean Lowey referred Fox News Digital to the National Security Council, NSC, which serves as Joe Biden's principal forum for considering national security and foreign policy matters with his or her senior advisor and cabinet officials. As we see, despite the situation, despite the signaling that it would respond rapidly to Fox News requests after more than 24 hours. Imagine that. 24 hours has passed by and they didn't respond till then, or they didn't respond at all. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours. The NSC did not provide comments on creepy Joe Biden administration reactions to the call for an AI development moratorium or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The White House silent admit the rise in AI comes after a letter signed by Tesla CEO. Here we go. Tesla CEO. Here we go. Alan Nordquist Moss. Don't trust that idiot no for. And I could see him. And him making these kind of robots, you know what I'm saying, can lead to a very deadly place for human life. We must consider and put this man in check for him developing these so-called looking AI robot looking robots, and going to use them to enslave American people or enslave us in its fullness, and then we have to fight a war that could have been avoidable. You know what I mean? You see, Elon Musk, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, or whatever the fuck his name is, and other tech tech giants, yeah, cited profound risk to society and humanity, you know what I'm saying, and called for a 6 month pause on advanced AI, only 6 months AI development. Yeah, okay. People, you need to pay attention to some of this that should be making some sense to you right about now.